Impossible.
Just gonna die in the end.
Okay, guys, we're going to be trying something brand new today that I think, just judging from what you guys have said to me, is going to be a lot of fun. This channel is TheOdd1sOut. Now, when you guys, the reason I checked it out was you guys have, a lot of you have been saying to me how this humor is right up my alley. It looks kind of familiar, but I could, again, my memory is so terrible that I could be cross remembering it was something else. I don't know. You know, as far as just what I saw going around their channel and seeing the stills of how the thumbnails of their animation and stuff like that, it's like it kind of rung a bell, but I'm thinking that maybe it was just something like it that I was remembering. You got, again, what prompted me to look into it is so many of you have said this is so funny, so good, and I checked it out, and it seems that they're cool with reaction videos. There's tons and tons of them out there with lots of views, which usually tells me, you know, they're okay with it. By all means, if anybody, as always, knows that a creator prefers that reaction videos not be done to their content, just let me know, and I'm glad to take it down. I like to try and be respectful of people and their wishes. But yeah, so I was looking around on their video page, trying to figure out what to watch first, and this one is called My Thoughts on Sports. You guys know I'm a big sports freak. I thought that's a perfect place for us to begin. A lot of you obviously have seen all their stuff, so let me know in the comment section if there's certain ones that I should really prioritize to see next. I'm anxious as hell for this. I'm really enthused to, you know, you guys have tuned me into another creator that's really funny. It was you guys that taught me about Meat Canyon and everything else. I can't wait to see what we got here. Link to the original video, as always, is in the description. Make sure and watch original before you ever watch any reaction. And again, while you're watching that original, stay at the channel. Check out everything they got, because I can't wait to see more. Let's go.
Hey, England! For the entirety of this video, I'm going to be calling this sport football and this sport soccer, okay? Well, blimey, mate, we got a cheeky bugger here. We do. Well, pip-pop cheerio.
Listen, that's perfect, just because how many times, especially those of you who were with us in the live streams, have we had exactly this conversation about football versus football?
Soccer,
That's good.
okay? Well, blimey, mate, we got a cheeky bugger here. We do. Well,
We do.
pip-pop cheerio. Hope a stiffy wanks your knockers. God save the queen. What did I just say? So, the theme of this video, sports. Either you love them or you hate them.
I love
Or
them.
you have some other third opinion. Growing up, my family was never big on sports. We never watched any games on the
like the
telly.
family's heads.
Sorry, I still got some British in me. And me and my dad never went out and played catch. He also never taught me how to shave. He was gone a lot. He always talked about Heather. Okay, but I did play soccer
Oh, we almost went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there.
for a couple years when I was like 7. I was on the green team.
Yay,
Sports
green.
at that age aren't even like sports. It's just parents wanting you to go outside more. Being a goalie on a soccer team when you're that age
you
is
out of the
super
house.
stressful. The whole
This
team
is
is
good,
counting
you're
on
right.
you. Even stopping a ball that's gently rolled
I
towards
love
you
the
is
animation.
difficult. One time, the other team we were
Gently
playing was
rolling
so
towards-
sucky that all the players spent the whole game on their half of the field. And I was the goalie for my team, and I remember just sitting down and picking at the grass. Soccer was the only sport that I've been on.
I love that that's his memory of his days playing soccer.
On a team for. Well, I mean, I'm not counting the track team that I was on for only 2 days. There was this kid I mentioned a long time ago in my Boy Scout video named Micah.
God.
Now, he was a soccer fanatic.
This is so
I
well
wonder what
put
he's
together.
doing. Okay, England. We have this
Jeez.
holiday called Thanksgiving. We celebrate it because it's when we left your lame country. Don't ask what we did next. So on Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
for
let's
some
not talk
reason,
about that
it's a
part. Just
tradition
go
to
on.
play football before you go and eat food. So while the ladies stay inside
killing
and
them,
cook
all the
meal,
natives,
the
that's-
men go outside and throw the pigskin around. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not a sexist. But I mean, that is what happens. So one time during
You're not
Thanksgiving,
wrong.
I was a little kid, like 11 or 12, and I was playing football with my dad and his other 40-year-old friends. So me being the littlest, I wasn't
Just the way he said that, and his other 40-year-old friends.
particularly the best player, but while we were playing, I freaking caught the ball. I caught it! And then I just started booking it across the field. I've probably never ran so quickly in my entire life.
Wow.
I actually made it. I scored a
Thanksgiving Day
home
touchdown.
run.
Scored
And
a home
that, to me, was such a pivotal point in my life. I felt so accomplished. Me, A little kid scored a goal against a bunch of adults. I would think back to it if I was ever feeling sad. Like, oh, I failed this math test, but one time I scored a basket against a bunch of adults when I was 12.
On Thanksgiving.
But I remember I was a senior in high school, and I was just driving, and then the thought came to me, they probably let me score that touchdown.
Oh,
They were going easy on me.
I was going to observe that might be the case, but I didn't have the heart.
Man, growing up sucks. I was never all that competitive as a child. Well, okay, I was never competitive when it came to sports. It's just a game, guys. We're supposed to have fun. Winning's not that important. Sports are good at that age, though. They promote physical activity, you can make friends, you might like the sport and want to pursue it more, and it's not a big deal if you suck. I'm totally making my future kid play a sport. That is, if I have kids. What if I die alone? People make the comparison that some people watch gaming channels for the same reason that others watch sports.
Like
You're
little
watching someone
side
play a
ventures.
video game? Why do you watch someone play when you can just go to the computer and play it yourself? Now replace the word video game with sport and outside with computer, and it's the same thing. Loading Artist made a very good comic about the point
I
I'm
like
trying
watching
to
other
make.
people
I'll
play,
just read it.
'cause they're better
What
than
are
me.
you doing? Watching this guy play a game. It's pretty funny. Wait, so you aren't even playing? Yeesh, what a waste of time. And then he goes and watches a sports game. Man, Loading Artist is so much cooler than me. I've said this before, but he was such a big inspiration to me when I was first starting out. I just wanted to say that again. Go read all of his comics right now. I just want to say it's fine if you watch sports.
This is fun the way this is put together.
I won't watch them with you because they're incredibly boring. You want to know why gaming channels work? It's because they play different games. Even Captain Sparkles, who mostly plays Minecraft and also who I love, by the way, and I did buy a t-shirt to prove my point, but it's still in the mail. See, look, I bought a t-shirt and I bought sunglasses right here. So I just want to give a big shout out to themakershop.com, who's taking a million years to ship me my Captain Sparkles shirt. It was going to be so cool. I was going to say, I bought a t-shirt to prove my point, and then I was going to flick the sunglasses that I also bought down. Notice me, senpai. This email says it's going to
I like this kid a lot. God
take
damn,
3
he's
to
fun.
7 business days to ship. Well, yesterday was the 13th business day.
Oh, fuck.
What is it, Jordan? 7 or 13? So I bought this just so I have something physical to show my love for Captain Sparkles. I've been watching all of his videos since TNT. Oh, he's changed it. But the point...
Well, isn't Captain Sparkles the one who did that great Minecraft takeoff on Viva La Vida, right? Wasn't that the song they put to it? I used to rule the world. I loved that. That was Captain Sparkles, right? Yeah.
Point is, he changes around the format and the rules of his Let's Plays with all the different maps he plays. It's different for every video, even his role-playing ones, which I'm still waiting for.
You gotta convince me, dude. I love watching other people play just because they're good at it and I suck.
That only played the first Super Mario game. It might be fun to watch at first, especially if they're good at playing the game, and it might be fun to watch how other people play it and see what they do. But for 50 years? Don't you think that would get a little boring after a while? I mean, only so much can happen, and that's what I think sports is like sometimes. It's the same
love sports,
game,
but
same rules, over
a lot of what he says is
like spicy
spot
things
on.
up once in a while. What if for basketball there were like mystery boxes like in Mario Kart and you could grab them and that would give you an advantage? How about if a team is losing,
I'd get hit with
they
the
some
blue
wacky,
blue
hilarious
shell.
handicaps
No,
depending
'cause I
on how
wouldn't be
far
ahead.
behind they are, so it's not hopeless for them. But James, sports is supposed to measure your talent. Whatever. It gets boring to watch. I can understand if the teams are neck and neck and it comes down to one final play like what it does in every sports movie. That's why they have to use that plot device in all the sports movies to make it interesting. But a lot of times, sports aren't like that.
Wait, Rudy
Like
was
if
based
one
on a
team
real
is
story. He
leading
did
by
get the
50
sack.
points, why even bother
he
watching
was
the last
offsides.
5 minutes of the game? I would
52-2.
rather watch any Air Bud movie than a sports game because stuff actually happens in those movies. And they're different each time. And there's a dog wearing shoes in it. I just want to say for the record, if my kid grew up to be a professional athlete, then I'll watch sports. But only the games that they play in, and only the games that are interesting. Why is it socially acceptable to know everything
And only
about
the ones
sports
that are
and dress
interesting.
up, but it isn't acceptable to dress up in fursuits and go to cons? You see, I don't think it's acceptable to do either of those things. You're both weird. But don't let me stop you. You do you. Follow your dreams. Okay, let's talk about some stories.
The editing, like I say, is just spot on brilliant. The follow your dreams.
In grade school, I was put in the honor classes for my academic achievement, which did not help me whatsoever.
I was not.
It probably hurt me when I went to college. But that's not what we're talking about. Anyway, so during recess, the whole class would play kickball. Kickball is a fun sport. Anyone can play it, but it takes a pro to be good at it. What? There was this girl in my class who was the best kickball player, and then later, when she grew up, she became the valedictorian of my high school and went to Harvard. I'm proud of her.
It was all
also,
about
my ginger friend
the
Nick
kickball.
Jiggly, who I've mentioned
Nick
before,
Jiggly?
he also got to speak during graduation. Actually, okay, so Nick had this thing where his hands would shake. I don't think it was Parkinson's. I actually emailed him about it, and he said, I asked a doctor, and he said it's just a mild tremor. Ha. So he's probably fine. But whenever he would give a presentation in front of the class,
cool.
his hands would be shaking, and people would think, oh, he's nervous. But no,
me.
actually, he's the most extroverted and outgoing kid that I knew. He just had a condition. Well, that was a pretty
Right.
long tangent. What are we talking about? Sports?
How do we get back on
Since
track?
everyone in the class was kind of already a nerd. I wasn't usually the last one to be picked on a team. I was usually the fourth or third to last. It's so nerve-wracking when the last five are still standing and you think, don't let me be last.
Oh, I
don't
wanna
let
be
me
the last one. Don't wanna
And
be
then
the
you
last
get
one,
picked,
yeah.
and it's like, ha! They think I'm better than you, which I'm not actually. One time I think I was like 15 or something, and me and this big group of people went to a sports complex, and we were having fun, playing games and running around, and then boom! A soccer ball just whacked me in the face.
Ow.
I got a bloody nose, and I couldn't stand up without toppling over for a few seconds, and then I went to a bathroom. Freshened
Been
up.
there a
What
bunch of
sucked is that
times.
it was a girl
Usually
that hit
folding
me, and
chairs,
people made
but-
jokes like, "Oh, you got hit by a girl." It still hurt, okay? So I sat out for a couple of minutes. I waited until I stopped seeing flashing colors. Then, like the man that I am, I went back and played some more. And not 5 minutes go by when it happened again. Different person this time.
Craig
But
got
after
him.
the second time, I was completely
she's
out.
with the
I mean,
fucking
I
eye.
wasn't unconscious, but I couldn't get up. I remember my brother had to carry me out on his shoulder. So I didn't play any more soccer after that. I didn't play for a long time, actually. I don't think I even played soccer after that whole experience. So, thanks for watching. That was
This
the
guy
video.
made a
I
pancake
didn't
of
even
me.
talk
That's
about
cool.
how sports athletes are overpaid, but that's not really my here nor there to say that. Some people think that I'm probably overpaid. I would have had to do research to talk about the overpaid athletes. Teachers, they don't get paid. They get paid nothing. But I mean, it's kind of like supply and demand.
Exactly
I
right,
mean,
though.
I'm just talking out of my butt right now. Not everyone can throw a football. What else? So yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember to smash that video, smash that subscribe button, smash that
like
comment
this
bar,
kid a
and
lot.
smash your girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Oh, my wife doesn't let me have girlfriends, otherwise I would. I like that kid. That was well put together. You know what I really don't get? People are odd on YouTube. That one's got a ton of dislikes. I mean, it's got way more likes, don't get me wrong. But to have that many dislikes, and you know what it is? It's sports fans getting their little fifis hurt about. How can you possibly? I'm a huge sports nut, and how can you possibly get your feelings hurt over that? For one thing, he's spot on about it, especially what he says with the parallel between watching people play video games and watching people play sports. Spot on, because that's why I like to watch people play video games. Same reason I like to watch them play sports. They're way better at it than me. I like both sports and video games. It's fun to watch people who are good at it, or just people who are entertaining at it. But the only thing, and he touched on it, I would have taken the opposite side on, was right at the end when he said, I could talk about athletes get paid too much. The only reason I have zero issue with how much the athletes get paid is because you have to think about it. That money is there because of that particular sport. Let's say it's football. Say you're a Dallas Cowboy. That money is there because people are consuming your product, watching the games, buying the merchandise, so on and so forth. So you have two choices. You can either give it to the players or the owners get to keep it. So do you want the millionaire player who is actually the point of your affection to get it? Or do you want the billionaire owner to keep even more? So yeah, I'm good with them getting paid. But that was brilliant. That was good.